Hi friends, today we are moving to another chapters in GST. I already uploaded introduction and supply chapter. Okay, see the next chapter, charge. See, supply outside purview of GST. Which is supply outside the purview of GST? Alcoholic for human consumption. It is outside the GST purview of GST. Okay, next value for levy. See, transaction value under section 15 of the CGST Act. Okay, next question, rates. Highest rate in CGST 20% and IGST 40%. Okay, and CMCQ number 1. What is the maximum rate of the CGST prescribed under CGST Act? See, highest rate of CGST under CGST Act, highest rate 20%. So option A is correct. Okay. CMCQ number 7. Maximum rate of IGST 40% and CGST 20%. So here IGST maximum rate 40%. Option C is correct. Okay. Next question. Supplies on which tax would be levied with effect a notified date? Petroleum crude, high-speed diesel, motor spirit, commonly known as petrol, and natural gas, aviation, turbine fuel. These all are supplies on which tax would be levied with effect of a notified date. Okay. CMCQ number 8. On supply of which of the following items GST shall be levied with effect from such a day as may be notified by the government on the recommendation of the council? See, option A, petroleum crude. Option B, alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Option C, both A and B. And option D, none of the above. So here, petroleum crude. Option A is correct. So, on petroleum crude, GST shall be levied with effect from such a day as may be notified by the government. Okay. And moving to the next question. Tax payable under reverse charge. See here, supply of goods or services are both notified by the government. See, specified categories of goods or services are both supplied by an unregistered supplier to a specified class of a registered person under reverse charge. Okay. And next, tax payable by the ECO, e-commerce operator. See here, government notify specific categories of services tax payable by the e-commerce operator. Okay. Next, composition scheme. Composition scheme. See, this option for specified categories of small taxpayers to pay GST at a very low rate on the basis of turnover. Okay. See, advantages. In that, first one, low rate of tax. Okay. Low rate of tax. And next advantage, hassle-free simple procedures for taxpayers. Hassle-free means without problems. Okay. Next advantage, simple calculation of tax based on turnover. Simple calculation. Okay. And next, a very simple annual return. Okay. These all are advantages of composition scheme. And next, process, registration process. See, in this, new registration and registered person opting composition scheme. Okay. Here opting, here new registration. See, in new registration, effective date of registration from intimation in the registration form. Okay? From the date of intimation, it is the effective date of registration in new registration. Okay? And next, registered person opting for composition scheme. In this, intimation in prescribed form, beginning of the financial year, effective date of registration. Okay? Beginning of the financial year, effective date of registration from the intimation or in prescribed form. See, eligibility. See, eligibility for opting composition scheme. For specified category states, 75 lakhs turnover and remaining states 1.5 crores. In specified category states, there are 3 states: Assam, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir. These states exceptional for this limit. Okay? Limit of these states for obtaining composition scheme 1.5 crores and remaining specified states Arunachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura. These all are turnover limit for opting composition scheme 75 lakhs. Okay? For remaining other states 1.5 crores. And next, MCQ number 3. What is the threshold limit of turnover in the preceding financial year to be eligible for composition levy in Delhi? Delhi not covered in specified categories now. So 1.5 crores eligible limit for composition scheme. So option D is correct. Next, ineligibility. Ineligibility for composition scheme. See in that interstate supplies. Interstate supplies. And next one, manufacture of ice cream, pan masala, tobacco and manufacture tobacco substitutes. See here, manufacture of ice cream and other edible ice whether or not containing cocoa. And next, pan masala. And next, tobacco and manufacture tobacco substitutes. So in this, there is another one added, that is aerated water. This is an amendment. Okay? And next, casual taxable person, non-resident taxable person, not eligible for composition scheme. And next, businesses which supply goods through as e-commerce operator. So, these all are ineligible for composition scheme. Okay? So, in this amendment point, aerated water. Okay? See the 12th question. Determine whether the supplier in the following cases are eligible for composition levy provided their turnover in preceding year does not exceed rupees 1.5 crore. See question 1. Mohan Enterprise is engaged in trading of pan masala in Rajasthan and is registered in the same state. He is engaged in trading, not manufacturing. See here. A supplier engaged in the manufacture of goods, but there Mohan Enterprise is engaged in trading, not manufacturing. Okay, manufacturer of goods as notified under section 10(2)(e) during the preceding financial year is not eligible for composition scheme. Ice cream and other edible ice, whether or not containing cocoa, pan masala, and tobacco, and manufactured tobacco substitute are hereby notified. However, in the given case, since Mohan Enterprises engaged in trading of pan masala and not manufacture, and his turnover does not exceed 1.5 crore, so he is eligible for composition scheme subject to fulfillment of specified conditions. Okay, see the next question. Sugam Manufacturers has registered offices in Punjab and Haryana and supplies goods in neighboring states. See, in this case, since supplier of interstate outward supplies of goods is not eligible for composition levy. Okay, interstate outward supplies not eligible for composition levy. So that's why Sugam manufacturer is not eligible for composition levy. Okay. See the question number 13. Subramanian Enterprises has two registered places of business in Delhi. Its aggregate turnover for the preceding year for both the places of business was 120 lakhs. It wishes to pay tax under composition levy for one of the places of the business in the current year, while under normal levy for other. You are required to advise Subramaniam Enterprise whether he can do so. See here, a registered person with an aggregate turnover in preceding financial year is up to 1.5 crore is eligible for composition levy in Delhi. So since in the aggregate turnover of Subramaniam Enterprise does not exceed 1.5 crore, it is eligible for composition in the current year. However, all registered person having the same PAN have to opt a composition scheme. If one such registered person opt normal scheme, other become ineligible for composition scheme. Okay, the Subramaniam Enterprise either have to opt for composition or normal levy for both the places. Either option to opt composition for both the places of business or normal levy for both the places of business. Okay. And next, conditions for composition scheme. No ITC can be claimed. Okay. And next, no exempted goods under composition scheme. No exempted goods. Okay. And next, if composition scheme availed all the registered persons having same PAN. Okay. Penalty shall be imposed in case of irregular availment of composition scheme. Okay. See, there is an amendment point. Manufacturer or trader can also supply of services to the extent of 10% of turnover or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher. See, manufacturer or trader can also supply services to the extent of 10% of turnover or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher. Okay. See, generally, supplier of services other than restaurant services ineligible for composition scheme. For this, there is an amendment. Supply of services value not exceeding 10% of turnover or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher. Okay. These all are other than restaurant services. Okay. See next, rates. Tax rates in GST. See, manufacturer and trader goods. So 0.5% CGST, 0.5% SGST and 1% total. Okay. And next, restaurants not serving alcohol rate 2.5% CGST, 2.5% SGST, total 5%. Next, other services 3% CGST, 3% SGST, total 6%. Okay. Composition scheme is over. Advantages, process, ineligibility and conditions. Next, rates and also eligibility. Okay. Next, notification number 2/2019 date 7/3/19. In this, first supplies of goods or services are both up to an aggregate of 50 lakhs previous financial year, that is on or after the first day of April in any financial year. See, if goods or services are up to 50 lakhs, supply of goods or services are both up to 50 lakhs, then tax rate is 3% shall be taxed under CGST and SGST. Okay? That means 3% plus 3%, 6%. And remaining all cases are same, which are in composition scheme. Okay. See, these people are also not applicable to supply. Ice cream, pan masala, tobacco and manufactured tobacco substitutes. And here also amendment point, aerated water. Okay. Not applicable to supply these items. Okay. See, for example, the persons who are not eligible for composition scheme but eligible for this, example, salon, stylist and tailors, etc. Okay. There are some amendments in this chapter. See, RCM, reverse charge mechanism, in that services given by author to publisher. Generally, in reverse charge mechanism, recipient liable for tax. But in amendment, option to pay GST under forward charge. But there are conditions. It must be in register, and next, declaration by author to pay. If these two conditions satisfied, then author can pay GST under forward charge. Okay. But it is an option, not compulsory. Once author exercised option to pay GST under forward charge, then exercise the option 1 complete year. Okay. Does not withdraw option for 1 year. For example, if author says, I will pay this transaction in forward charge and next transaction you will pay in reverse charge, not do like that. Once he exercised the option to pay GST under forward charge, then he does not withdraw the option for 1 year. Okay. And next, new service in RCM. See, renting of motor vehicle by a person other than body corporate. For example, Ramesh. Okay. To body corporate. See, Ramesh supplier and body corporate recipient. See, in this case, CGST at the rate of 2.5% and ITC only for same business. Only same business. Okay. See, these services comes into RCM only supplier, that means other than body corporate, who is paying CGST at the rate of 2.5% and SGST also 2.5%, that is total 5%, and with input tax credit only of input services in the same line of business, and recipient any body corporate located in taxable territory, then only this service will come into RCM. Okay. And next one, lending of securities under securities lending scheme. See, lending of securities to borrower. See, lender, supplier, and borrower, recipient. See, a person who deposit the securities registered in his name or in the name of any other person duly authorized on his behalf with an approved intermediary for the purpose of lending under the scheme of SEBI. And next, here recipient, a person who borrows the securities under the scheme through an approved intermediary of SEBI. Okay. So in this case, borrower is liable to pay GST. See, generally securities are not covered goods and services, but lending of securities through an approved scheme, that is SEBI, then this lending of securities comes under RCM. Okay. And see the next one. See, for example, Mr. X, Mr. Y. Mr. Y, landlord. He has a land. Mr. X, developer. So in this case, Mr. Y, landlord, transfer the developmental rights to Mr. X for construction of residential apartments. So in this case, Mr. X liable to pay GST under reverse charge mechanism. Okay. But there is an exception. If receiver is registered under composition scheme, then RCM will not apply. And also, if receiver is only for the purpose of TDS, these two cases RCM will not apply. Okay. And see the next one. Revised rates for residential properties. See, new projects by promoter with effect of 1/4/19 as under. So in this case, GST at the rate of 1% without ITC for affordable housing properties. And next, at the rate of 5% GST without ITC for residential properties other than affordable segment, that is construction of buildings, apartments. Okay. For them, they reduced GST rate 5%. So only at the rate of 5% GST for buildings and apartments. But these rates are not applied to developers. Okay? See, conditions for new rates. No ITC. Okay? And another one, 80% of inputs should be purchased from registered persons. Okay? If the value of inputs purchased from registered persons less than 80%, then promoter has to pay GST on RCM. Okay? Under section 9 subsection 4. Okay? These all are amendments for charge chapter. Charge of GST amendments. Okay? See MCQ number 2. Which of the following taxes levied on intrastate supply? Which of the following taxes levied on intrastate supply? Tell me. See, CGST, SGST or UTGST. So, here option C is correct. Okay. Fourth MCQ. Which of the following is not included in aggregate turnover? See, option A, exempt supplies of goods or services are both. So this is included in aggregate turnover, and export of goods or services are also included in aggregate turnover. Next, interstate supply of goods or services are included in aggregate turnover. Same. Value of inward supplies on which tax is paid under reverse charge. So this is not included in aggregate turnover. So option D is correct. Okay. See the MCQ number 5. IGST is levied on interstate supplies between the states. So option A is correct. Okay. MCQ number 6. Dash is levied on import of goods on those services. Dash tax levied importing goods or services. See, IGST is levied on import of goods or services. So here option A is correct. Okay. See 9th MCQ. GST is payable by the recipient under reverse charge on sponsorship services, or option B, transport of goods by rail, and C, transport of passengers by air, and D, all of the above. See here sponsorship services, option A is correct. It is covered in reverse charge mechanism. Okay. So then recipient is taxable. Okay. See the question number 10. State persons liable to pay GST in the following independent cases provided recipient is located in taxable territory. See, A. Services provided by an arbitral tribunal to any business entity. See, this is covered in RCM. So here recipient is taxable. So services provided by arbitral tribunal to any business entity. So in this case recipient business entity. So business entity taxable. And see the next. B. Sponsorship services provided by a company to an individual. See, in RCM, if any services provided by a sponsorship services individual to a company, then it is covered in RCM. In this case, here sponsorship services provided by a company to individual. So it is not covered in RCM. So it is forward charge. Taxable under forward charge. Okay. And see the C. Renting of immobile property services provided by the central government to a registered business entity. So it is covered in RCM. So recipient business entity taxable. Okay. See the question number 11. A person availing composition scheme in Haryana during the financial year crosses the turnover 1.5 crore during the course of the year. He crosses the turnover 1.5 crore in December. Will he allowed to pay tax under composition scheme for remainder, that is till 31st March? No, because here the option to pay tax under composition scheme lapses from the day on which the aggregate turnover of the person availing composition scheme during the financial year exceeds the specified limit 1.5 crores. Once he crosses the limit, he is required to file an intimation for withdrawal from the scheme in prescribed form within 7 days of the occurrence of such event. So in this case, he crosses the limit in December. So they did not mention the date. So from that date to 7 days, intimate in prescribed form. Okay, withdrawal from the scheme. Okay, but must and should intimate in prescribed form in electronically at a common portal, GST common portal, because a statement in prescribed form containing details of stock of inputs and inputs containing semi-finished or finished held in stock of by him on the day on which the option is withdrawn. So okay, from the date within a period of 30 days from the day from which the option is withdrawn. So that option is withdrawn after intimation of 7 days in prescribed form. From the intimation to within 30 days, that option will be withdrawn. Okay. Okay, charge of GST is over. Next we will see another chapter, that is exemptions. Okay friends, do well, all the best. Bye friends.